Here is Ethan Allen. Allen was an officer in the American Revolution and became famous for the capture of the British stronghold of Ticonderoga in 1775. Even though the Declaration of Independence was not signed until 1776, the next year, Great Britain had already been warring against her American colonies. In 1774, she had laid siege to Boston and erected a naval blockade. The battles of Charleston, Breed's or Bunker Hill, and Lexington and Concord followed soon thereafter, all long before the Declaration of Independence was signed. As the conflict spread from Massachusetts onto Virginia and other areas, Connecticut began to fear for her own safety. Connecticut therefore secretly contacted Ethan Allen and requested that he capture Fort Ticonderoga. Even though Ticonderoga was still far away from the scene of any military activity at that time, it was hoped that by this action, the British would be forced to pull troops away from their offensive actions against the Americans in order to defend their own forts. Ethan Allen gathered his Vermont Green Mountain Boys. They surrounded the unsuspecting British and captured the guards. Having secured the perimeter of the fort, Ethan Allen, in his own words, in his own autobiography, told what happened next.
One of the sentries made a pass at one of my officers with a charged bayonet. My first thought was to kill him with my sword, but in an instant, I altered the design and fury of the blow to a cut onto the head, upon which he dropped his gun and asked quarter, which I readily granted him, and demanded of him the place where the commanding officer kept. He showed me a pair of stairs in front of a barrack on the west part of the garrison, which led up to a second story in said barrack, to which I immediately repaired, and ordered the commander, Captain de la Place, to come forth instantly.
Captain! Captain! Come forth now, or sacrifice the garrison.
At which the captain came immediately to the door.
What in the devil is this? Deliver your fort at once, sir, or risk your garrison.
By what authority do you make this command?
In the name of the great Jehovah and the Continental Congress.
And with my drawn sword, again demanded an immediate surrender of the garrison, with which he then complied.
In the name of the great Jehovah and the Continental Congress. It was this phrase and the capture of Fort Ticonderoga which earned Ethan Allen this place in Statuary Hall.